Judge Napolitano from Fox Business Network wrote a piece in the Washington Times where he's now joined the parade of conservatives slamming the Pope. He says, quote, "He attacks free market capitalism because it takes too long for the poor to get rich. They are still waiting," the Pope wrote. "Without capitalism, which rewards hard work and sacrifice, they will wait forever." No economic system in history has alleviated more poverty, generated more opportunity, and helped more formerly poor people become rich than capitalism. The essence of capitalism goes to the core of Catholic teaching. Ha ha ha, it's cute. The personal freedom of every person. Capitalism is freedom to risk, freedom to work, freedom to save, freedom to retain the fruits of one's labors, freedom to own property, and freedom to give to charity. He continues, "What shall we do about the Pope and economics? We should pray for his faith and understanding and for a return to orthodoxy." Now, I don't think I've ever heard another commentator in the history of commentating get so excited at the idea of capitalism. I think Napolitano might have had a Woody as he was writing this article. No, but it really sounds like borderline sexual arousal while talking about capitalism. And you have to understand something. Pope Francis, he spoke about unfettered capitalism. Now, the reality is Jesus was probably a socialist, probably well to the left of socialism. He's the most liberal dude I've ever read in my life. I mean, some of his lines are way to the left of me. But he attacked unfettered capitalism, the Pope did. He didn't say all capitalism. And yes, unfettered capitalism, that's what you saw in the Industrial Revolution in the US, for example, right? When you had kids get black lung and their hands chopped off while working in the factory, and you died at the age of 46 because your whole life was rented out to your corporate overlords. Yes, there's a problem with unfettered capitalism. The crash of 1929, you can thank unfettered capitalism. The Great Recession and the subprime mortgage crisis, 2007 and 2008, unfettered capitalism. To attack that is not even controversial. But these conservative commentators, they're so used to popes that are, filled with hate and filled with, a love of all things establishment, that he's like, oh my God, this Pope actually cares for poor people. This is horrible. But also, what he's saying about poverty and capitalism is literally not true. It's just not correct. So for example, if you look at the places in the world that are modern, civilized, industrialized, that have less capitalism than the US. In fact, they have a healthy mix of socialism, so government and capitalism. They're way to the left on the political spectrum compared to us, where we lean heavily towards the side of capitalism, right? Those places do much better than we do. They have a higher standard of living, more robust middle class, healthcare for everybody, education for everybody. They're just all around doing better. In fact, they even are self-report that they're happier. They're the happiest people in the world. And are you ready for the winning fact here? I mean, this shows you how big of a fool Napolitano is. He's a Roman Catholic. Okay, I don't know if you know anything about your own religion here, buddy, but quote, "Papal infallibility is a dogma of the Catholic Church which states that, in virtue of the promise of Jesus to Peter, the Pope is preserved from the possibility of error." The Pope is infallible if you are a Roman Catholic. But Napolitano is a Roman Catholic and he's disagreeing with the Pope, which means you're disagreeing with something that by definition cannot be wrong. So it's like you're disagreeing with God. Well, you can't disagree with God, Judge. Are you that arrogant? Are you that insane as to tell your own creator, the literal creator of the universe, and the person who determines all that is just and right, you're telling him he's wrong? Well, I demand you apologize and rewrite an article today talking about how who are you in the face of an infallible one, the Pope, and your Lord, to disagree?